Two on Your Side's Ron Plants has been digging deeper into those Spectrum cable changes.
And Ron, it sounds like whether you have cable or not, if you live in Buffalo, you are going to be paying more for this service, right?
Yeah, that's right, and Scott Muriellis. Actually, the city and its residents, they could lose out in a way if more people cut the cord, as they say, and go to a streaming service for their TV programming. And it seems there's kind of a Spectrum disconnect, if you will, with City Hall in general.
We haven't seen anybody from Spectrum in City Hall in quite some time.
The state of affairs when it comes to Buffalo city government and any say they might have over a somewhat controversial plan from cable provider Spectrum to go from analog to completely digital. That move would require people to get additional set-top boxes like these for all home TVs not currently connected to a specific digital receiver, which could run $11 or more each month. It's obviously an extra expense for city residents, where Spectrum, or the old Time Warner, still technically is a franchise with the city even though it expired. Councilman Richard Fontana remembers working on the agreement still in place under the state PSC. That was noted recently with the state attorney general's lawsuit on Spectrum's internet speed claims. So does it apply to these new receivers? A city spokesman says no because of federal deregulation, and
as far as the business model, that's on their side of the equation. It wouldn't be handled in the franchise agreement.
Also, with that nearly 20-year-old agreement,
but we're not up to the current technologies. We're not getting what we could use for the city of Buffalo.
There are options, as we've told you, but more folks may opt to just cut off their cable for an internet TV provider. That's also an issue, again, with all that wiring and old Time Warner, now Spectrum infrastructure, still in use for some, but perhaps it won't be used in the future.
The city gets 5% of the gross revenues from the cable company because they use our right-of-way to do business. If they're not using the right-of-way, if they're going streaming or internet, we don't receive revenue from that. So the revenue to the city would go down as their streaming packages go up. So the city could be taking a hit here, so could other cities across the region and Amherst and Cheektowaga as well.
Now, that cable fee for the city of Buffalo estimated at $1 million or more. The competition factor, it always comes up trying to bring in Verizon and its fiber optic, but Councilman Fontana says, Scott, that Verizon still really doesn't want to have a presence in the city because they're costing the cost factors in terms
to get into it.
Right.
Is the city doing anything about Spectrum?
Yeah, actually, Councilman Fontana says that they do want to have a town hall meeting in city council chambers with Spectrum officials invited. There's going to be a council resolution to that effect coming up next week. We'll see if the Spectrum officials turn up.
Yeah, and that agreement's 20 years old.
That's what they were telling us.
Right. Yeah. All right, Ron Plants tonight. Ron, thanks. Okay.